And that was a lie, correct?
Objection.
Was that a lie? Did you lie?
I did not intentionally.
But you did.
And,
Not intentionally.
okay, that's the end of
Understood
this.
the question, Mr. Jackson.
All right,
Whoa, that got a bit heated. And that was the defense on cross-examination of the second witness, Kerry Roberts. Wow, if you thought in the first trial she was shy and reserved, well, not in this trial. Kerry Roberts is the Commonwealth's witness, and we will hear in a bit what she lied about to the grand jury. So let's get started. So the grand jury is a group of citizens who convene in a hearing at the request of the prosecutor. Remember that as it becomes important. These citizens determine if there is enough evidence to bring criminal charges against a suspect. They determine if there is probable cause to believe a crime has been committed. I've done a video on when in England and Wales we got rid of the grand jury process. And I discuss it in this video that you can see on the screen. Is it a fair process? Using the case against Brian Koberger. So watch that video in my Brian Koberger playlist if you want to know why we over here across the pond replaced it. So let's get back to the Karen Reid retrial. The prosecutor on direct established that Kerry Roberts was a long-term friend of John O'Keefe and a friend of the family who has been helping out since the dreadful discovery and thereafter loss of Karen Reid's boyfriend, John O'Keefe. After a very long direct examination, which in my opinion lulled Kerry Roberts into having the confidence of one who is entitled as having played an intricate role as a collaborative witness, as she heard it all. At 5 a.m., or close to that, she got a call from Karen Reid worried about John not coming home. She overheard Jennifer McCabe, and Karen Reid talking while she followed behind when Jennifer McCabe drove Karen Reid's car back to John's house. She overheard Karen making phone calls to Aaron. She overheard Karen Reid talking to John's mother. And when they found John O'Keefe, let's listen to what she overheard Karen Reid ask Jennifer McCabe to do.
Did you ever say that you actually heard that statement about that Google search? And you said no.
Correct.
The question that was posed to you by Mr. Lally was, what, if anything, did she, Miss Reid, ask Miss McCabe while they were sitting in the back of the cruiser that you heard, correct?
I misunderstood the
And
question.
you misunderstood that question?
Yes.
What
I
did you
did.
misunderstand about that question?
I didn't know it was that you heard, so I was explaining what happened in the back of the car.
I see. So you just ignored the part, literally, the part of the question where he said, what did you hear her say? That's what your testimony is
The word
now?
was heard, and I didn't hear it. I obviously got the question wrong because I did not hear anybody ask about a Google search.
Well, I know that's what you're saying now. I get that. But when you were asked, what, if anything, did she ask Miss McCabe while they were sitting in the back of the cruiser that you heard, your immediate answer was, at one point, she asked her to Google hypothermia and how long dash Google hypothermia, end quote. Correct?
Correct.
That was your answer,
Yes.
correct?
To a question I misunderstood.
And that was a false statement, wasn't it?
Technically.
Technically?
Yes,
It's like being a little
technically.
bit pregnant, Ms. Roberts.
okay, so remember, jurors, I said earlier, comments of counsel are not evidence and you're to disregard them. Ask a question.
Thank you, Your Honor. What do you mean technically?
Technically, I was under oath, and I did not hear Karen asked Jen to Google it.
And yet under oath.
But I
you-
knew it happened at that
And yet
time.
under oath you said you did.
Correct.
And that was a lie, correct?
Objection.
Was that a lie? Did you lie?
I did not intentionally.
But you did.
And,
Not intentionally.
okay, that's the end of
Understood
this.
the question, Mr. Jackson.
All right, is there any other question, or is that it?
I didn't hear what she just said.
I said I misunderstood the question, Mr. Jackson.
That's what you're saying now, correct?
that's what happened.
All right,
Can I ask one more question?
okay?
In that quote, you said, at one point she asked her to Google hypothermia and how long. Then you corrected yourself and finished with Google hypothermia. What did you mean by how long? What were you about to say?
I don't recall.
Had someone told you something about a phrase that started with how long?
I don't
Related to
recall.
hypothermia?
I don't recall.
Like, for instance, how long to die in cold?
I don't recall.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, Ms. McCabe, I'm sorry, Ms. Roberts, you are upset.
Thank you.
Now, I'm only playing segments to make my point, but Cross, by the defense, was able to get the witness to admit she technically lied to the grand jury. She says it was not intentional, but she told us with her own words that it was intentional. You may not have even caught it. Here, let me play it again, where she tells us.
Technically, I was under oath, and I did not hear Karen asked Jen to Google it.
And yet, under oath,
But I
you-
knew it happened at that
and
time.
yet-
But I knew it happened at that
and yet,
time.
under oath, you said you did.
Correct.
And that was a lie, correct?
Objection.
So I played it twice. Did you catch it? Because she knew that is what happened. The only way she would have known what happened is because Jennifer McCabe would had to have told her. Why is this important? Because she did not hear Karen Reed ask Jennifer McCabe to search anything. So she is not a collaborating witness for Jennifer McCabe. She cannot support or confirm Karen Reed made that request to Jennifer McCabe to search hypothermia. Jennifer McCabe alleged Karen Reed asked her to do it because the defense found a deleted search, "How's long to dying cold," at 2:27 a.m., long before John O'Keefe was found unresponsive on her sister's front lawn. So why would Kerry Roberts lie to the grand jury? She helped out so much. She called around looking for John after she got the phone call from Karen Reed early in the morning. She was calm on the scene when they found John O'Keefe, and she said, look, we got to start CPR. She, did so much. She had to tell Jennifer McCabe to call 911 to get blankets out of her car. I never understood that, because why wasn't Jennifer McCabe running into her brother-in-law's house? He was a first responder. And the other thing I wondered about is, why didn't Jennifer McCabe worry about her sister? If you just found your friend who looks half beaten on the front lawn, wouldn't you think something happened and you'd want to check the house to make sure your sister was okay? Well, I didn't understand all that, and I cover that in the video you can see on the screen. So it is my opinion, when the evidence is not on your side, you highlight emotional connections. And Kerry Roberts had those genuine emotional connections. So when you cross-examine an emotional close friend or family member of a victim, you will look like a bully if you go too hard on them. And I do wonder if some people thought the defense attorney was going a little hard on Kerry Roberts. So anyway, let's continue. Why is this important? Because she also said that she saw a taillight that had pieces missing, and confirmed it looked just like what the prosecutor showed her after it was in the Sally Port, where former disgraced Trooper Proctor had brought it. And let's not forget, she said Karen Reed asked her, could I have hit him? Did I hit him? So I did a video on how to spot a lie, and in the first trial, I questioned if Kerry Roberts was repeating what she was told, or was she relying on her own memory. Remember at the beginning of this video, I asked you to remember that the prosecutor at the grand jury asked Kerry Roberts what she had heard Karen Reed say to Jennifer McCabe. Well, the prosecutor, that would have been Adam Lally, should have known she did not hear this because she had told a detective at the interview that she didn't hear it. Here, let's watch a clip of the defense bringing this out.
Does that refresh your recollection? That was the question that you were asked?
Yes.
Okay. And in response to that question, you stated, quote, at one point she asked her to Google hypothermia and how long Google hypothermia. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry?
Yes.
That was very detailed. You'll agree that that's a very detailed and specific recount of an event. You recounted where you were, back of a cruiser, or they were in the back of a cruiser, correct?
Yep.
You recorded or reported the time. It was right around the time that you thought they were lifting John up and scooped him up onto the gurney, correct?
Yep. I thought it was about that time. I wasn't sure.
Location,
I'm sorry, I didn't get that answer. You were talking over each other.
that's my mistake.
What was your answer, Ms. Roberts?
I thought it was about the time they lifted him up, but I wasn't sure.
You were very detailed about who was there. It was you, it was Jen, it was my client, Karen
Yes.
Reed, correct? You were later asked about that statement in another investigation, by another investigator or set of investigators, correct?
I don't know.
Were you interviewed by a different law enforcement agency, a separate law enforcement agency from the Massachusetts State Police at any time?
Yes.
And you were told that to lie to those agents would be a crime, correct?
Yes.
Punishable by prison, correct?
I was not told that.
They asked you whether or not you heard Karen Reed ever say anything to Jennifer McCabe about Googling anything, correct?
I don't know.
Isn't it true that you told them what you've just now told us, which is, I did not hear Karen Reed ask Jennifer McCabe to conduct any Google searches?
I don't recall.
Would it refresh your recollection to look at a copy of that interview and that report?
Sure.
Can I approach?
Yes.
I'm going to ask you to take a look at the entire document, just to familiarize yourself with it, if you don't mind. Go to the front page, and don't answer anything about the document until I ask you a question, if you don't mind, please.
Sure.
Thank you. Ms. Roberts, do you recognize that as being a report of an interview that you conducted?
I've never seen this before, but
Understood. Yeah, you may never have seen it, but does it remind you that that's
Yes.
a report of a conversation you had with another law
Yes.
enforcement agency? I'm going to ask you to turn to page 7 of that report. And if you look, there's a small paragraph, about 2 paragraphs up from the bottom. I think I may have put a little blue dot by it, but I'm not sure. Please read that to yourself.
correct.
Done?
Yep.
Thank you. May I approach?
Yes.
Ms. Roberts. Ms. Roberts, does that refresh your recollection about what you told these investigators?
Yes.
And what you told them was you, quote, did not hear Karen Reed ask Jennifer McCabe to conduct any Google
That is
search.
correct.
And you went on to say you saw McCabe on her phone.
I'll allow it.
You saw McCabe on her phone, but you did not hear Karen ask Jennifer to Google anything.
Correct.
So what you told the grand jurors was in fact false.
I misunderstood Mr. Lally's question.
Got it. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay?
I wonder how many more lies and statements have gone unchecked by these prosecutors. I also wonder if the prosecutor would have cleaned up what Kerry Roberts had said to them when she lied, if they would have questioned her credibility. I also wonder why this new special prosecutor, who does know the truth, why they are continuing to prosecute Karen Reed. What's your thoughts? By leaving a comment, you may help someone else that will read your comment. And of course, I love to read all comments as they are valued, and together we can be more informed. And this information may help you or someone you know. In the meantime, on this channel, you'll find a variety of playlists to suit every curiosity about the justice system. And we provide you with a visual to information and the process. Going through a legal worry is devastating, and the Who Knew and Why Me playlists are designed to help you or someone you know. So please like this video if you like this kind of content. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you want to be notified when I'm going live or upload another video. I'm Karen Cole from Legal Minded Friends. Information is power, meaning if you know something, you can make decisions that are right for you.